I came to Dr. Lowe because I had absolutely no place else to go outside of surgery. And I could not remember the last time that I slept all night. I couldn't remember when I didn't have pain. I couldn't remember not screaming at night when I got in bed, because no matter how I got in bed, I would scream. And I went to my doctor, and he gave me some pills and to sleep, and I took those pills. Well, they made me jumpy, so then we stopped that. And then I cut them in half, and then I stopped them. And then this went on for over a year and a half. And I went back and I said, I can't stand this anymore. It's driving me nuts. So he sent me to a surgeon. And the surgeon said, well, you know, I'll try and help you before you have to have surgery. Don't need surgery maybe, but we'll see what happens. That's more or less what he said. So he said, you can go for an injection. So I went for an injection. It worked. It was fine. So then I came back to report that it was fine, and he said, how about physical therapy? I said, sure. And he said, really? And I said, yeah, I'll do anything to get rid of this. It's horrible. See, part of the problem is I look normal and I can function pretty good during the day, but it was my sleeping problem and the pain that I had at the end of the day. So he goes, okay, so I went for therapy, physical therapy, until he had me do one action, I don't know what you call it, and it was to lay flat and lift up my body like an upside down cat. And I did that, and immediately I screamed. It went out. And the man was very nice, the therapist, and he said, I'll help you and I'll do whatever I can, you know, and I said, okay, and I left. I knew I'd never come back. There's no way. And they wanted me to get my core stronger and my legs. I thought they were okay, but they said this would help. So that didn't work. So then I went back to the doctor, and he said, well, you want to go for another injection? And I said, yes. Many years ago I had injections and they all worked. Well, this second injection was not good, and I hate to tell anybody that, but it was horrible to begin with, but it didn't work at all. Not at all. So then we had to go out of town. And one thing led to another, and we had to stay out of town for a while, and I didn't want to go to a doctor somewhere else because I didn't know who to go to, and I'm the person that wants to know who this man is from someone else first. So what I did was I came home and I went right to my doctor and said, I cannot stand this anymore. It's terrible. I go to bed at night, I can barely get into the bed, and then I end up screaming and it just comes out of my mouth. And so he said, okay, stop taking this pill, take only half of those other pills again, and you know, put the cream on, medicated cream, put that cream on, and you know, let's see what that does. Well, that did nothing. And again, I went back and I said, it's doing nothing. I said, I can't stand this anymore. And he said, well, you know, I don't know what you want to do. He kind of hem-hawed around, do you want a second opinion with the surgeon? And I said, I don't know. I said, is it that bad? And he goes, well, he wasn't sure. So I said, what about a chiropractor? I said, I know there's really good chiropractors around, just like there's really good doctors around. And I said, do you know any? And he said, yes. He said, I know a very, very good chiropractor. I think he can help you. Let's try it. So he wrote Dr. Lowe's name down immediately. I mean, and I got the phone number, and he was very positive about it. I don't know why he didn't say it first, but that's how it goes. So I came here, and I've been crying for a week and a half, and I came here crying because the pain was so horrible. I mean, it made me scream. I had to tell people. My stepson, we were staying with him, I said, I'm sorry, but I may scream during the night, and it's not because it's fun. I'm just going to scream because I hurt, my back's bad. Well, it happened down in Arizona. I screamed trying to get out of a chair. And so that's why all this build up when I came home, I have to do something, and that's where I got to Dr. Lowe. And I came here 3 times. Now, I came here crying. I'm upset. I don't want to be I don't want my back cracked, the horror stories, I'm just leery, but my doctor said he's very, very good. So, but I'm still crying because I'm in so much pain. By this time, I can't do much at home anymore. So, probably the third or fourth time that I came here, I could sleep. I actually slept. I slept all night. I didn't wake up. I didn't have that pain. And it's continued, and he has said to me, you know what, your core is pretty strong. You know, he's a physical guy. He knows what your body is, and he said your legs seem strong too. So I'm like, why did I go to the therapy if those two things? But long story short, he helped me incredibly. He worked on that part of my my body, my back, and the pain that I had. I don't have that pain. I sleep all night. I feel completely different. My mind is completely different. I know something changed in me. I don't know, I can't explain what it is, but all I know is something really helped. His therapies have worked. I've never been in any pain. I've never been hurt. Only problem is sometimes I'd like to sleep after them because it helps. I mean, he's done all the right things. Another problem I had was my neck. I had was hit in my car and my head snapped, and I went to all these doctors. You have no idea. And for years, no one's been ever able to touch my neck. It's been so bad. Even if I just push on it a little bit, my neck was hurt. It hurt. My grandsons, I'd say, because they're big guys, I'd say, don't hurt my neck, don't hurt my neck. My husband, whatever, I had, the doctor told me I had to learn to live with it. No surgery. He was a neurosurgeon, fine man. He sent me to a neurologist. I got injections, which helped. But by the time I went to this doctor, my muscles in my neck were so bad that he had to dig the needle in. And yes, they helped. It took another week before they stopped hurting because they hurt worse after the injections. Again, I come here and I tell the doctor about that because I don't want him touching my neck. I'm like, nobody, I don't want anybody touch my neck, ever. And he goes, well, you know, I'd like to see what the problem is, you know, and I've told him, and I said, so, you know, I felt that little massage thing get a little closer a couple times, and I said to him, you want to get at my neck, don't you? And he said, yes, I do. I think I can help you. So I let him. He did a little bit at a time. It wasn't a lot at a time. He didn't go crazy over it. Very smoothly, very cautiously. How does that feel? Again, it's gone. I do not have that pain in my neck. I can touch my neck. I have absolutely no pain. Before, I couldn't even touch my skin and it hurt. I have no pain in my neck at all, or my head, because it always went up into my head. So he's been working on all of that for me, and it's been maybe a couple months now, but I know that my life has completely changed. Not just being able to sleep, but it's my mind too. I'm not so frustrated all the time, or worried about going to bed all the time, or worried about sleeping. It's just been the easiest thing for me, and I mean that sincerely. The only thing that's hard is getting up and showering and coming here every day, and that's not the hard part. I'm not in pain. Whatever he does, all his treatments have worked. I feel so much better. I know I'm better mentally because I just have this really good feeling inside. I can't explain it, but I know that it works.